You are now tuned in to Unscripted Podcast.
Crank it up. Crank it up.
What up, y'all?
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Happy Throwback Thursday, right?
Yes. A lot of throwbacks to celebrate today.
Lots of throwbacks to celebrate. Also, make sure that you guys are posting those pictures of when you used to look like something, since you don't look like shit today. I know that I like to do those things to remind people of the bad bitch that I used to be. And actually, I still am. She's just chilling right now. She's in, what do you call it? Hibernation.
Yeah.
I'm in bad bitch hibernation mode right now.
Cool.
You like whatever, bitch. Do you have some birthdays for us today, Lindsay?
Yes, the few that I have is Chris Hemsworth. He plays Thor.
He plays Bay.
I guess.
Thor Bay. Can that be a thing? Thor Bay?
It probably already is, unless BuzzFeed snatches it.
Oh, that's true.
Hulk Hogan. Oh, brother. Viola Davis. She's turning 50.
Happy birthday.
And congrats on the #1 box office for Suicide Squad.
You niggas have been dragging Suicide Squad for filth.
I know, and it still made money. So
153 million the first weekend.
Damn. Joe Rogan.
You know, that's not the first time I ever ate dick for crack, Joe Rogan.
Oh my God, I hate you, damn Chappelle. Next is the Woz, Steve Wozniak. He's turning 65.
Let's have a moment of silence for that real quick. Without him, none of this may ever be possible.
Congrats, Woz.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday, Woz.
Go celebrate at Frisch's Big Boy.
It's probably where it's like his favorite restaurant.
It is. He's actually said it.
That's what I was gonna say. Probably he's a from what I've seen of him, because I don't know him, but from what I've seen of him, he seems like he's a pretty down to earth person, like regular dude.
You can he'll just walk past you in the mall, and you're like, oh, okay, it's a regular dude, not knowing it's a fucking billionaire walking past you.
Right.
And I also have Dwayne Martin. He's turning 50 as well. And I have one more person too. Alex Haley.
Alex Haley, happy birthday!
Yay! Who's got a good list of birthdays?
Your name is Toby. My name is
Kunta Kinte.
So yeah. Also today. It is the 2-year anniversary of the death of Robin Williams. I know. We lost him in 2014. And that was very, very sad.
It was so sad. I didn't realize how much, and I said it on one of our podcasts from way back when last year. I said the same thing. It's just I really did grow up with this man's movies and stuff, and his shows, from watching Mork and Mindy to Jumanji, Jack, all of that, and whatever. Oh, it's so sad. And once again, people, I don't want to put a damper on this whole podcast, but if you need help, just reach out to people.
Definitely. Also on this day, back in 1965, the Watts riots began.
Historical, man.
That is very historical, and we're still going through the same stuff to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And then, not to say that and then try to automatically just go to something light afterwards, but this is pretty significant also, that shaped just as much as the Watts riot shaped our part of our culture and, you know, the way that we view the United States and the world. Very shortly after that, in 1973, hip-hop was born at a birthday party in the Bronx.
South Bronx. South Bronx.
In the boogie down Bronx. Actually, it says it was the West, but it could be Southwest. I have no idea. From what I've read, there was this little blurb on hip hop's 40th birthday. This was a blurb that was on hip hop on their Facebook page, but we figured we would use this since it is August the 11th of 2016. An 18-year-old Jamaican immigrant named Clive Campbell DJ'd a party at 1520 Sedgwick in the West Bronx. At the party, Campbell, a.k.a. DJ Kool Herc, introduced a technique called the merry-go-round. Switching back and forth between two turntables, he played only the most rhythmic and danceable breaks from one record after another, driving the break dancers at the party into a frenzy. So now, this is today, August the 11th of 2016. Hip-hop has turned 43 years old.
That's good.
43.
Happy birthday, hip-hop.
Huh?
Happy birthday, hip-hop.
Happy birthday, hip-hop.
The real hip-hop.
The real hip-hop. So that's pretty dope. The birthday of hip-hop.
All the people that thought rap wouldn't be the same or wouldn't
be around.
Go away.
That's true. That's true. So for this weekend, I know it's Thursday, but this is the weekend of hip-hop's birthday. You got to do something big and celebrate. Go to a concert, support a local hip-hop artist. Write 16 bars and post them on Facebook without judgment. Like, lose all inhibitions and let people see the secret mixtape artist that you are. Celebrate hip-hop. Be hip-hop. Feel hip-hop. Live it. Breathe it. I think I'm going to write 16 bars. What are you going to do for hip-hop's birthday?
Probably just listen to it.
That's it? That's boring. Why don't you I think you should make like a tutorial to like break dance or some shit.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't want to shock everybody with my worm and hop and lock.
You ain't trying to take everybody's man.
Exactly. I don't want to take everybody's man. And, you know, shit. What's up, Bubblegoo Shrimp?
I cannot stand you. Not at all. So this weekend, tomorrow actually, the 12th, Netflix is releasing the series that Lindsay and I have talked about. It's going to be a 12-episode series, but they're releasing the first 6 starting tomorrow. It is called The Get Down, and it is talking about hip hop. This has original music written in it by no one other than Nasir Jones.
Hey, boo.
Hey, Nas. How you doing, Zaddy? So you guys definitely check that out. I will be watching as soon as I get home from work tomorrow. Like, that is my plan. What are you doing this weekend? Coming home and watching The Get Down?
Yep.
I have no other plans. This is the most expensive project for original series or movie shows, whatever, that Netflix has ever done. So you guys make sure that you are not tuning, but tuning in. And Lindsay said that if you haven't seen the trailers yet, then I think that are there some trailers on Netflix, or are they just online, regular online?
I've seen it on Netflix the other weekend.
Okay. So check out the trailers right now. Pause the show. Go look at the trailers. And then when you get home from work tomorrow, cancel all your plans. If you have a date, then you guys need to sit home and watch some historical fiction. I love historical fiction.
Me too.
That's like one of my favorite genres of books, movies, TV shows.
It's fun. It's cute. It's such nostalgia.
And it's
even if I wasn't
based,
learning that time.
yep, and you learn a lot. Like, you get to learn things, and not only do you get to learn things as far as facts, but you get to be a person in that time and see how people actually thought about things. It's not just this was the year and this is the year that the atom bomb was built, but you also get a glimpse into the psyche of the people that lived in those times and how they felt about these historical things that happened. You know, you get to actually feel, or you get to try to kind of like empathize with them, you know?
Yeah, plus how they do it too. You got to do it real clever too.
You do. You have to weave the facts in with a good narrative. You have to have a really good storyline weaved in with facts. And listen, when they do historical fiction mixed in with a little science fiction, girl, they have got me in like hooked.
I can't wait for this.
Me too. I'm very, very excited. So excited, in fact, that I have a new outfit that I will be wearing tomorrow when I get home. I'm going to cosplay at my house. I got some bamboo earrings, a drawstring ponytail, and a crushed velvet jogging suit that zips up the front. And it's like 100 degrees outside, but I'm going to just stay in under the air.
That's going to look great.
I think so. And I got some Diadora tennis shoes.
Bye leotard. Hello Adidas suit.
Mm-hmm. Crushed velvet. I went all out for this one. Completely.
It's going to be a cute show.
It is going to be a cute show. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Speaking of Netflix and chilling, for those people living in Pennsylvania, your Netflix and chill could be going up. All the way up.
Boo.
I'm all the way up. Did you say boom or did you say boo?
Boo.
Yeah, boo. Netflix will be going up because Pennsylvania has implemented a so-called Netflix tax where they have digital download and subscription services will now have a 6% sales tax, and it covers services such as Hulu and Netflix, as well as all digital music app, ebook, online game, and ringtone purchases. And this is coming straight from Refinery 29. The article, for some users, Netflix is about to get more expensive. And I'm sure you can read this somewhere else. But basically, the reason why Pennsylvania is doing this is because they're trying to get money for a $1.3 billion deficit. If once this tax is implemented, it is expected or projected to bring in $47 million.
It's so stupid. Like, they're just trying to find any way to tax.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like how everybody's been shopping online now. Like, they're not going to the stores and whatnot. They're losing money. Oh, okay, so I guess that means you're going to have to do this. Make you pay a shit ton amount for shipping and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this?
I feel like
if it does help, it helps, but
it does. And I've gotten away for so long without paying any sales tax on digital stuff that that was the rule. That, I mean, I don't know why. I think it was optional for them to tax, right? Like, they didn't have to do a sales tax on those things. Is that how that worked?
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure on that myself either, but
I pay tax on things that I purchase from Amazon because Amazon is here. So
yeah,
when I buy stuff from Amazon, I have to pay a sales tax the same way with, I think I pay sales tax for Zappos and a couple other places I order from. But then there's a lot of places I don't pay any sales tax when I order. And I think it just depends on where, like, the distribution centers or some shit. It's like a funny rule. But I don't care, honestly. But there's some people who are going to notice a difference. You know, you paid 99 cents for a ringtone. Now you're paying $1.06 for it. But you should be.
I just like, I understand taxes, blah blah blah, but I just hope they use the money for good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hope it's not gonna be used on some bullshit like a fucking bridge that you told that
Mm-hmm. But the biggest worry is that other states are going to start doing this too to try to recoup money or try to build money up for deficits, for tax deficits. Now, if you have a magazine or newspaper subscription or like digital Bibles or textbooks, they won't have the 6% Netflix tax.
I mean, we might as well expected some shit like this. Might as well. It was gonna come.
Yeah.
They already taxed the hell out of you on your cell phone usage, so.
Ain't that it? Like, you pay some ridiculous, like your cell phone, you're paying $70, but your bill's $100 every month. What?
That's the thing. Like, I pay $70 for my unlimited. Like, apparently I'm supposed to be paying $70, even with employee discount, but I'm still paying like over $100. I'm like, where are these taxes coming from?
Right. We're in the wrong line of business, apparently.
Yeah, we need to start taxing y'all asses for listening.
Well, Marie Claire said that Chicago had proposed a 9% amusement tax on Netflix and other digital subscriptions back in 2015, but the people went up and they filed a lawsuit and that got nixed. But for whatever reason, the Pennsylvania people, it seems like it's about to happen.
Probably just don't care. They're probably like, meh.
Yeah. But
I mean, like,
Chicago said, fuck that. But Chicago also was one of the first states to, one of the first cities to stand up when Donald Trump came. Remember that? Chicago was like the first city to go crazy. They was like, fuck this.
I'm like, yeah, should go more up for the violence that's in y'all's community.
They do.
I know, but
they do. But when you got a corrupt police department and corrupt mayors and
for years,
generations. And speaking of that, and speaking of Netflix, there was a show about that. Oh gosh, Chicago. I'm gonna have to Google that for you all so you all can watch it. It was a documentary on Netflix about it's a group of people who used to be in the streets or just people of the community, people in the neighborhood, but they made like they became mediators. They made like a coalition, and basically what they did is like if me and you are both in a gang and we have beef, it's called The Interrupters. It was a PBS special. I knew it was something, but I think it was on Netflix at one time. Maybe it was on YouTube. But if you and I both are in gangs, or me and you just want to fight because I don't like you, I can go or reach out to one of these people who are mediators, and I can say, look, me and Lindsay we are beefing. She wants to kill me. I don't want to die. What can I do? They'll try to reach out and be like, don't kill her. Let's see what we can do to squash this beef. It's called The Interrupters. But this is a thing that was implemented in Chicago, and it's actually the documentary is really, really good. It's a PBS Frontline piece called The Interrupters. You guys should check that out. That was totally off subject, but we were talking about Chicago. And I remember watching this documentary just thinking like, wow, that's deep. These people took it into their own hands to go out into their communities and say, we're going to try to stop this. If nobody else does, we will. And they've tried. It's just, I don't know. But yeah. So Netflix, Pennsylvania people with Netflix, be expecting that 1006 coming on your next bill.
Start charging your boo when they come up.
Start charging them niggas for Netflix and chill. Ass, cash, or gas. Don't nobody watch Netflix for free. I currently have like 5 or 6 people on my Netflix.
Shit.
Nobody uses it at the same. The 5 or 6 people, like I literally live in a house with 2 of them. What's your Netflix password? Netflix password, girl. Yeah, exactly. We have an app like on the smart TVs. We just have an app and they're already plugged in. But I set it up because I hate when I go to Netflix. And I think it's 5. Y'all have 5 profiles. I hate when I go to Netflix and somebody uses my profiles and they've been watching shows on my profile because that knocks all of my stuff off.
Like recommended for you.
Yes.
Dinosaur Time.
42-gallon drums of lube. Like, stuff like that.
Whatever. Ghetto Gaggers.
Get
Part
7. She gonna say whatever.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so how do you feel about the Netflix tax?
Like I said earlier, it's something to expect. They're gonna tax something.
That's true.
It's like every time they see like, well, we need more money for this, or we just need to the city needs more money. What could we do? Well, a lot of people Netflix. They use a lot of streaming services. A lot of people aren't going out to these attractions anymore. So let's go to their homes.
Let's get into their homes. We've already charged their cell phones.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like every time you look at a bill, I understand I have to pay bills. I understand how I have to pay taxes, but why do I have to pay taxes to pay a bill? Like, what the fuck?
That's true. That's very true.
Like, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, it makes no sense. Or why do I... Go on, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was about to say, it's like paying a fee to pay a bill. You know how sometimes you have to pay a bill through certain services and they charge you to pay your bill?
Yeah, like on, like, sometimes, let's say if an internet service is down, some people pay their bills online and you call customer service, they're like, well, it's a $15 fee. I'm like, what? Yes, to pay over the phone. Fuck you. Bye, nigga. Shit.
Bitch, do you know who I am?
Exactly.
I'm Luscious Lindsay from Ghetto Gagger 7. I do not have to pay nobody shit.
Ghetto Gaggers?
They'll be like, oh, hold on one moment.
It's Lindsay.
Why did we just give that person an accent?
You know what the hell why. But it just sucks so much. Like, I feel like I'm just it's getting so invasive now. Like, I'm getting taxed to do something, to turn on the fucking TV, to turn on the internet, to do this and that. I'm getting taxed to do normal things in life.
They're like, how many times did you flush your toilet last week?
Yeah, I'm not paying a bill for that. It goes to how much I use water now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, so you use this amount of gallons of water? I mean, I know that's a bill, but they go up. Like, there's a base fee, and then there's another fee they tack on to it. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a complainer. I don't know.
Nah, you're not. I don't think you're a complainer.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to where I'm just to do normal things. Or some people are like, I don't have the money to do this and that, go to these type of attractions, or I don't feel like I fit in to go to a theater.
Money. Yep.
Yeah, I want to save money, or I don't feel like I fit in into your hipster crowd. I don't feel like I fit into like a drama or theater. So I'm going to stay home with my boo or my family, and we're just going to watch Netflix and play games.
Right.
Oh, we're going to charge that too.
Right.
Yeah,
they're all up in everybody's business.
Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah. It is. It's pretty weird. I mean, like I said, I'm used to paying sales tax because I shop online a lot, and I know, and like I shop through Amazon a lot. So I'm used to paying sales tax on digital shit. Not digital shit, but on buying stuff online. But it just gets, you're not used to seeing that 6% sales tax on digital purchases such as music and movies. But if I went to a store and bought it, I'm going to pay 6% sales tax. So, you know, I get it. But like Lindsay said, a ringtone, why am I paying a 6% sales tax on a ringtone? Or why am I paying a 6% sales tax for a subscription service? if I bought a movie online, or if I rented a movie online, or if I buy a CD, I see that. But a subscription service, to me, I don't think that that's the same. I can't walk in the store and purchase every single season, every single movie of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how it works. It's so, it's a special circumstance. I don't think that they should charge a sales tax for something like that.
It's so stupid.
It is.
It's so stupid. They can't find what else to, because people are finding other ways to enjoy time instead of going to all these amusement parks and whatnot that
Right.
some people just don't have the money for. So they're like, well, let's go into their homes and figure out. Let's go into their cell phone, see how much they're using their cell phones. So let's do a school bus tax on their paychecks. You're like, school bus tax? What the fuck? I don't got kids.
And people who do have kids a lot of them don't use a school bus, but you still got to pay for it. Which I get stuff like that, because the community won't thrive without people being somewhat educated, whatever the fuck they're doing to them in the public school system.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, Jefferson County Public
Right,
Schools.
that's why I said somewhat educated. But how can you put a price or a tax amount on Netflix, because there's no comparable product to it that I can physically go purchase? Like I said, I can go purchase somebody's CD. I can go purchase a book. I can go purchase a single or a movie, you know, a TV show series. I can purchase all of those for prices, but I can't get as much as what I can get for the price that I get it at Netflix, the way that it's set up. So I just really feel like that shouldn't be the way that it is. It's like, I don't think that it should be that way. I don't think that they should tax that, but you know, I'm used to it, but I don't like it. It's not in my state yet, but that doesn't mean it won't be.
I hate it. Once other states see, like, ooh, I mean, if this does go through all the way through, other states will be like, especially crooked ass Kentucky. Let's try something new.
Yep, that's true. That is true. That is very true. So yeah, Pennsylvania is trying to get rid of that $1.3 billion deficit. They have $47 million to go. I mean, does that even put a dent in $1.3 billion?
Nope.
Because doesn't 1.3 mean 1,300,000,000? So where are they getting the rest of that? Are they just gonna keep like?
We're gonna have to increase the Netflix tax. Didn't work out the first time, so we're gonna jack it up.
Quite work out how we expected it to. What's gonna happen is if people start dropping off of Netflix in significant numbers in that region, Netflix is going to end up trying to sue. Or they're going to try to do something to
bring their people back. Like, hey, what's up?
Like, get that
they're our name.
They're going to try to do what Chicago did.
Netflix will probably be like, hey, talk to your legislators or senators, because this is some bullshit. We don't want to lose y'all over some bullshit ass tax. Niggas get to it. But they ain't gonna say it like that.
They probably will say it exactly like that. If I were the people at Netflix, I would definitely.
Hey, look, niggas.
Exactly. If they're not saying it like that, there's a problem.
They'll get y'all's attention.
Yep. Exactly. Call your motherfucking legislators, because we ain't got shit to do with that bullshit.
Yeah, and people are going to think it's Netflix, and they're probably like, it's not us. It's your bullshit ass state. Fucking, what was it, Pennsylvania?
Hershey's.
What the fuck is in Pennsylvania?
Hershey's.
Hershey's and Philly cheesesteaks. Y'all are not making enough money.
Hey, Philadelphia cream cheese. I don't even know if we're, because that's made by Kraft. Is that even in?
But so they ain't making money off of this shit? No cheesesteaks, no
Did you say
Hershey's?
cheese? Y'all need to be making some money off these motherfucking cheesesteaks, nigga.
The cheesesteak tax.
The cheesesteak tax. everybody who eats a cheesesteak, no matter what state. They should trademark, patent pending on the title cheesesteak. Anybody who's selling a cheesesteak, wherever you may be, you have to pay the state of Pennsylvania an additional 6% on top of whatever you pay, so that they get this deficit beyond. Because
if you can, I mean, if they trademark Blue Ivy, then why can't they trademark Philly cheesesteak?
Why don't they trademark Meek Mill and see if they can get some money off of it? He's from Philly, ain't he?
Yeah, Eve, Benny Siegel.
I know Beanie Siegel can pull together $1.3 billion and just pay the tax. Come on, do it for the good of the people.
And they have the Budweiser Made in America Festival, I think, there. Like, what the fuck? Like, you motherfuckers got the money. Y'all just want more. Quit being greedy, whores. Don't do that to your residents.
Don't. In the words of Bryson Tiller.
Don't. Goodness.
Yeah. The Netflix tax. It is going into effect at the end of August. No, it's not.
Ooh.
Hold on. Did it say? Hold on. I'll tell y'all when it's going into effect. I don't know. I don't know when it's going into effect, niggas.
Y'all better fight. Y'all better go in there. Disrupt the schools. Disrupt the. Go in
for
the
Netflix, I would.
Flip over the tables. Do some shit. Lock the doors.
Keep your kids out of school for a month until they
and protest. We shall not
be moved.
Lock arms.
Yes, we shall overcome to watch the Gilmore Girls.
Yes. Lock arms, lock the doors, make sure them congressmen or whoever the fuck's in there ain't get out until they change this shit.
And what you said.
Sit down, sit on the floor like some of the protests we've had.
It's really that serious. We didn't land on streaming services. Streaming services landed on us.
Fight.
You
Fight
gotta
power.
Fight for your right to Netflix.
Damn. What else happened? What else is going on? This is pissing me off, damn it.
You over here getting all activists for Netflix is hilarious. Nothing else really. I mean, there's other stuff going on, like nothing that's not depressing. Nothing that we want to talk about today. We'll wait.
Okay.
We'll wait. Anything interesting like on, since we do watch digital subscription services a lot, you know, we talk about the shows and shit that we watch and all of that. I have recently, and I told you guys this last week, started watching Batman the Animated Series on my Prime. So as I was watching it, I got inspired to rewatch the Dark Knight trilogy because Suicide Squad seems to be such a disappointment to everyone. So I'm a DC Comics lover. Like, I love the characters in DC. Absolutely love. And I think a lot of people love the DC characters. I don't think that anybody's going to argue and say that DC does not have really, really, really good characters. The problem is the cinematic universe sucks. Like, the movies for DC have not went over well at all. And I won't say all of them suck, but they have not been as successful, and they haven't been, like, the storylines haven't been as good as they could be at all. And this weekend, or the weekend that just passed, the Suicide Squad came out. And Lindsay, what have people been saying? Have you been reading any of the reviews?
Bashing the dragging the fuck out of this movie. Like, it's horrible, it's bad. They make Harley Quinn look like the victim. She's in a domestic violent relationship.
She is a victim, isn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say she is a victim.
Yeah, you know, they're using that. They're saying Jared Leto ain't even in the movie that long.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I heard, that he's not.
Yeah, they like scripts, like left some of his shit on the cutting room floor. they said like only there's a few people that are good in the movie, but it's just written really bad, and the I can never say this word.
Cinematography.
Yes, it's bad. Like it jumps everywhere. The plot jumps everywhere, and it's like they have good actors, but they're not. Except that one model chick, Cara Delevingne, she just does terrible.
Is that Harley Quinn?
No. She's like, was it the Enchantress?
Oh.
Yeah, she's horrible. They said she's just bad, but everyone else is good. But when you give good people bad scripts and a shitty movie, then meh. That's what critics been saying, but it looks like the fans like it. We'll see on week 2, though. That's the thing. First week means that the studio needs to make their money back. The second week kind of just like, makes money for the movie theaters and see if it goes still strong.
Mm-hmm. It made 3.5 stars. It has a 7.1 rating on IMDb. What I've heard from it is that the storyline, like Lindsay said, the storyline jumps too much. They say they try to do too much backstory of the other characters.
That's hard to do.
And that's hard to do. What did you say the girl's name was in here? Because the Enchantress I know is from Thor. Who is this bitch you talking about? She's a model?
Yeah, she's like a model in real life.
What's her name? Something, but what did you say it was? What's her first name?
Cara.
Delevingne. June Moon? Let me see who this bitch is. Who do I sound like? Just cussing all. June Moon, here we go.
But we keep it real.
You are stupid. So did I know that they had have I ever seen her before? Oh, she don't even. Is that supposed to be her costume?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And one thing I did hear, though, they said that could have saved the movie if they went the Deadpool way and did the R rating.
Yeah, because their movie, like, that's the problem. Well, that's not the problem, because Christopher Nolan and David Goyer did an excellent job with PG-13 for the Dark Knight series.
Everybody's a fucking Chris Nolan.
Well, right, and his brother, the Nolan brothers did the second 2 movies. They did the screenplay together, but the story was still David Goyer and Christopher Nolan's. But they did a great job of PG-13. Like, they've probably done the best PG-13 storyline that I've seen out of any one of the comic book movies. And that's not to say that, like, Avengers and stuff wasn't good, because we all know that those movies, for what they are good. They're really action-packed. They have a lot of good not animation, but a lot of good graphics. Cinematography is A1. Like, they have all of the bells and whistles. But what I look for, because everybody doesn't look for the same thing in movies. I don't only look for action, but I also look for a good plot and a good storyline. And Batman, and people, we've talked it into beating the dead horse. Everybody knows that Dark Knight is like an excellent hero movie, like superhero movie. So I wish that they can find that magic back at the DC with the DC movies.
Yeah, and like I understand that once again, not everybody can be a Christopher Nolan. Like, there's nothing wrong with seeing a different style a director does, a different what do you call it? A different niche? I don't know what do you call it.
Or just like just a different version of the story. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it's how you do it, your delivery. Like, I think they should have did a Deadpool way and shot for a
grown-up
R
movie.
rating, a grown-up movie. Like, they think just because, we got to somehow sneak kids in so we can get more money. No, you don't have to do it. Like, there's a lot of adults that are, like, going on date night or just want to see it by themselves that or with friends that want to see a movie like this.
Yeah.
You have to do it in a clever way and have a good team and a good backing with you, so...
They had, and the funny part is they had all of the makings for a great movie because all of the people who are in the movie, like, you had a fucking killer cast. Like, it's not your cast because you had an excellent cast. An excellent cast. Like, you had more than enough people on the cast who could carry this movie. More than enough. So it couldn't be the cast. It has to be the story and the direction, like the director.
Here's the only thing, though. Yes, it may have made this much amount of money, and yes, it may make another amount of money when it comes out on DVD. Exactly. So Warner Brothers is probably gonna be like, "Well, let's do a sequel." That sequel may bomb.
Girl, like, they probably already have paid. They've probably already paid for a sequel.
Oh shit!
They probably already paid for it.
So they may like skim on the money once they. Oh yeah. They may like, well, we're not going to give any more money for this, because a lot of these movies that bomb, they gave so much money to it, throw so much money at it that, ugh. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Like, yeah, I mean, I'm happy for the actors that they did have all this, did eventually make all this money. But it sucks that because, like, from what I'm hearing, the dialogue's shitty, and I'm like, damn, these are some good actors.
Mm-hmm. And one of the writers from the movie, David Ayer, or however you pronounce his name.
Oh, yeah, David Ayer.
He's the one that wrote fucking Training Day. Like,
how?
But it was his director. He had Antoine Fuqua. Is that his name? Yeah, Antoine Fuqua for this. And that's like one of the only movies that I've liked of his. I didn't like Fury. I don't like any of the Fast and the Furious because the storyline fucking sucks. Like, Fast and the Furious is one of those that people only watch it because it's like a fastly shot movie. The cinematography is really good. The cars, it's like kind of fun, but the actors are bad, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But David,
I haven't seen one in years.
He directed and wrote this with somebody else, and no. I mean, I can't say no because I haven't seen it, but like I said, from what I've heard of it, I'm really scared to go see it. They weren't even this bad on Man of Steel.
Like, people are bashing the shit out. I mean, like, the fans, but I don't know if they're real hardcore comic book fans that do know this shit, that knows the background story. I haven't really heard what they think of it. I'm just hearing what people who just like movies, like these type of movies, they like it.
And that's the problem with these movies, too, is that people go in expecting one thing and then they get something else. So, like you're saying, you don't know who these people are that are critiquing the movie. Are these really comic book fans, or are these people fans expecting to see, like, Avengers type shit? Because you're not going to get Avengers type shit out of DC. That's not going to happen. They don't have, like, a lot of, like, Cyborg is their robotics person, you know, like, as far as, like, the Iron Man. And then, of course, you have Batman, but Batman had gadgets. Iron Man's fucking suit was a fucking machine. Like, he was inside of a machine. Batman is still a man with gadgets. So you're not going to see the same type of fireworks and shit. It's just not the same types of stories either. Like, you just don't get the same thing. So I'm wondering if what you're saying is that these people are used to seeing, like, the Avengers type movies and the Iron Man movies, and then they go to Suicide Squad expecting the same level of pyrotechnics and bells and whistles, and they're like, fuck this, because it's too much of a storyline. But that is what DC movies and shows are. Like, if anybody watches Arrow and you can stomach it, then you understand how DC works. DC is going to tell you a story, just like Gotham. A lot of people don't like Gotham because they think it's boring. I think Gotham is fucking dope.
Beautifully shot.
You would love it because you love villains. I love villain origin stories because it lets you see where they came from, and that's what they do a lot of in Gotham. They really tell you a lot of backstory about, okay, this is this person. They really don't. Yeah, they're telling you who they are and where they came from and how they got there. You don't get a lot of that with Marvel. And that's fine that you don't. They're totally different. They have two different lanes. But that's kind of how DC is. Just like with Arrow, there's a lot of flashback sequences to tell you about his time at Nanda Parbat and then this and that. And, you know, there's lots of shit. You're going to learn a lot about the League of Shadows. Like, he'll be talking 1 minute and the next minute he's back 10 years ago. You know, that happens a lot. And if you can keep up with it and you can stomach it and deal with it, then you'll like it. But if you can't, you're going to think it's boring and stupid. It's not for everybody. Like, DC is not for everybody. I totally get that.
Like, they don't have to go for the kiddie stuff. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with not going for kiddie stuff. There is absolutely nothing wrong. What I like is that they just put out one of their DCU movies, The Killing Joke, and it's rated R. And you don't get to see too many rated R animated superhero movies. And, you know, when you do, you get really excited.
That's the thing. Like, why can't they just do that?
Yeah, you get extremely excited. I know I do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yes. I'm like, yes. They put this out. Let me see. This one came out. Let me see the movie. Not the comic. This is the comic. But I want to say that this just came out like last month, maybe. I haven't watched it yet because the kid is always in my face.
God, I just thought of something. Imagine how much Suicide Squad stuff's gonna be in Hot Topic. Like, oh my God, I just saw Suicide Squad. I don't know anything about these villains, but I'm going to Hot Topic.
But I'm buying all of this shit from Hot Topic. Oh, it came out August the 2nd, so it did just come out. But it's rated R. So I'm like extremely excited to watch it. I just haven't had a chance yet because my kid is always around. But I'll tell you this, Assault on Arkham, for those who, and I think I've already said this before, if you guys were thinking about seeing Suicide Squad, or if you hated it, or you're scared to go see it, watch Assault on Arkham. I like that one.
What you kind of just noise the fuck out of me, though? Jared Leto. Like, I never saw it for him.
Well, thank God he's only in it for a few minutes then, right?
I know, but he just annoys the fuck out of me. It's like, dude, you are just in a Wheaties commercial. You do not need to be doing this method fucking acting.
Yeah. He's like a hipster actor.
He is, and it's just like, Jared Leto, I'm a bitch.
What else was he in? He was in something that I didn't like.
My So-Called Life.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. I hated that whiny ass fucking show.
Me too, because it was depressing.
Yeah, it was just like for the grunge kids, because you had Party of Five, and then you had My So-Called Life.
I didn't like either one.
Party of Five, I don't really remember much. I just know Jennifer Love Hewitt and like their brother watched them all because their parents were like left or something like that.
But I loved Claire Danes, and I still do love Claire Danes. She is one hell of an actress, especially on Homeland. If you guys do not watch Homeland, I don't know what you're doing with your fucking life. Homeland is the shit. And Claire Danes plays her ass off in Homeland. Like, she plays her... You want to go give her like some medicine in real life. She's so good in Homeland. She is the shit in Homeland. But I hated My So-Called Life.
It was just so whiny and like grungy. And like, I'll never fit in. I'm gay and blah, blah, blah.
It was kind of like the live action Daria.
Mm-hmm.
But not funny.
No, it was just so fucking depressing. I'm so emotional. My heart cries when it rains and just shit like that.
Yes.
Look, I'm such a jerk.
Where's Rayanne at now? The girl who played Ryan. What's her name? Ryan?
I have no idea where she could be.
You remember she used to have those things in her hair when she had those twists, like the dreads? She had the, you know how you used to put the friendship bracelet strings and stuff? She was so hippie-ish. Girl, I might go back and watch My So-Called Life and then...
It looks like the last thing she was on was Private Practice in the Drew Carey show.
Oh, was she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I haven't seen her in forever. Ryan. I think it was Ryan, though, was what they called her. But she was, like, super hippie in My So-Called Life.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So, yeah, I'll probably watch Suicide Squad on Kodi. I ain't even gonna lie. Once I get it up and running, I got a Fire Stick finally, but...
I'm not gonna...
Yeah.
I'm not paying to see that. I mean, nothing against the actors except Jared Leto, but nothing against them.
No, they could have kept him and Will Smith, but okay.
Yeah, whatever, those two.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Viola Davis, though.
Yay, Viola.
She didn't deserve to be in a movie that got bad reviews, though.
I know. I feel that's what I was saying. I feel bad for some of these actors that are good people They don't deserve this.
Mm-mm.
They don't deserve this.
Vi-
I'm trying to do that in my Sally Struthers voice.
I hate you. Just for 70 cents a day, you too can
Please.
save. But I had put on Twitter, I try to plead out to the Nolan brothers and David Goyer to go ahead and write another DC movie.
They'll be really good, but what could they do it on?
I mean, they could fucking do anything they wanted to. They can do Robin. Since Bruce Wayne retired, they could do that. If they wanted to pick that story up, they could do that. What is he called? Darkwing? Is that what that becomes?
Dark, yeah. That's what I thought they was gonna do, but they was like,
Nightwing.
no. Yeah,
Nightwing.
thought they
Darkwing
would-
is the Donald
Darkwing
Duck. Nightwing.
If they did Darkwing Duck, I would still
I
watch
would
it.
love it.
You on Netflix? You come home Friday night ready.
Darkwing Duck is up. I am on it.
Darkwing Duck. Oh my god. I'm still waiting on the Spawn movie.
Girl, is what's his face? Michael Jai White supposed to be playing Spawn?
I want to see a Spawn. Huh?
I said, was Michael Jai White supposed to play Spawn?
I guess if he wants to, sure. I mean, who else could play him?
Nobody.
Exactly. Like, I don't know any other brother that could play it. Everyone else is like 5'2".
That's true. Well, he's not, but shit, what is he, 5'6"?
No, he's like 6'3" or 6'2". He's
Michael
tall.
Jai White is?
Yeah, he's tall. He's like 6'2".
Why does he
6'3".
look so short in movies? Is he always with people that are much taller than him?
Probably.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That
Could
makes
be.
sense.
But, like, you know, he's got some height on him. And that's what I'm saying. I just want to see a Spawn.
I would love to see Spawn.
Like, even the graphic cartoon on HBO was pretty good. It was
Yes.
crazy. It was insane.
Yeah, it was scary at times.
It
I
was
a
scary.
kid, I remember I was scared. Do they have that on HBO Go?
I'm not sure. Last time I saw it was on Netflix. No, not Netflix. YouTube. That was the last time I saw it.
Well, that don't help me out at all.
No. Unless you can ask him to get it back.
You think I should
can
write him a
tweet him.
letter?
Yeah, and be like, hey, nigga.
You are so fucking stupid, I swear. I hate you. Hey niggas, can y'all get I need you to get Spawn and Darkwing Duck.
They'll be so, they're like, that's not even on the same, hear me out.
Just listen to this plan. Before you say no.
Or they might do something stupid like how they did Batman versus Superman. Might be Darkwing Duck versus Spawn.
Oh my god, you are stupid. Not Darkwing Duck versus Spawn though.
You'd be like, yes, 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 yes.
That is my favorite show.
Oh my goodness. Gosh. Come on, Nolan Brothers. Make this Darkwing Duck happen.
Right, make Darkwing Duck happen. Shit, make DuckTales happen for that matter.
Oh my goodness. Who's gonna sing the song? Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson?
Both. Could you imagine how loud that song would be? Could
How
you
long it would be?
How, girl, just like woo, like all of that, just the whole.
Not bunny tails, not bunny tails, not bunny tails. Oh, cotton, picking the cotton back in 1863. Cotton, let me dab off my makeup. Cotton tails.
Oh my God, you are so stupid, but DuckTales.
That would be the worst.
And then they have Patti LaBelle come in at the end to round it off. Bitch, that'd be the longest song and it never end.
She'll walk in going, hoo-hoo, and kicks off of the shoes. The Nolan brothers will be like, yes, this is what we wanted. Yes, yes, queen.
Yes, bitch, yes.
Slay, hunty.
Slay, bitch, slay.
Oh my God. And then they'll get nominated for a Oscar for best theme song of a movie. DuckTales by Patti LaBelle, Fantasia Barrino, and Jennifer Hudson.
The yes, bitch, yes tales.
And they have a cape on too, like him. They'll come in. Take the cape off with hats. That's who Beyonce is. Darkwing Duck.
That's what?
Beyonce stole that Darkwing Duck hat.
She did. You talking about the
Formation tour.
Bitch,
The whole outfit. I'm looking at it.
I was like, is that Darkwing? When she was with that big ass hat on at that when she was giving that speech for the fashion something. I was like, where'd she get this big ass hat from?
Darkwing Duck.
You are so stupid.
Lord. Let's make it happen. Let's do some DuckTales. Darkwing Duck. We got you, Nolan Brothers. We will fund it.
Girl, and one of the Nolan brothers is doing a show called Westworld, and that's coming out in October on HBO. It's a sci-fi thriller. It's him and his wife, Jonathan, and his wife, Lisa Joy. It's a Michael Crichton movie.
Oh, Michael Crichton. What did he decorate? I said decorate.
He did like all of those. He did a lot of those books that everybody used to read. Remember how it was Michael Crichton books and what's the other guys?
Dean Koontz.
Yes, like they wrote like kind of like not necessarily the same kind of books, but it wasn't like what's his face. He did like Jurassic Park and yeah. It was another one though that everybody had, Andromeda Strain.
Oh, Andromeda.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was another book that he had did that everybody read. But yeah, I remember when those books were out, like my mom and my aunt.
Oh, he did ER too.
Oh, Michael Crichton did? I did not know that. I did not know he did.
Sphere.
Yep, he did Sphere.
Yeah, that's pretty
Rising Sun. That was the one. I think Bruce Willis ended up doing a movie for Rising Sun.
Holy shit.
I think. I might be wrong. There was a movie. No, this is not the same one. I just went online and looked at it. Hold on. No, this ain't the one. I thought it was the one Bruce Willis did. This was something else. No, this is the one. This is the one. Rising Sun was the one where who was in the movie? It was a lady that was like strangled in a building. John Connor. Yeah, this has to be. Hold on. I think this was the first edition cover adaptations. I want to say, didn't they do a movie for Rising Sun? I might be. Why does this sound like this used to be a movie? And it was somebody he found the lady choked out on the table. And she liked to get choked. She was like an Asian lady.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. Red.
You know what I'm talking about? Remember? And it was like in an office building.
Yes.
And she was. What movie was that?
Was it red something?
Maybe. It might have been. I can't remember though. But reading the synopsis for Rising Sun, it sounds like that was what it was, but it's not.
Damn it. Oh, he did Congo too?
Did he?
Yeah.
See?
So,
well, the story that they're doing, the Western World or whatever I said it was called, it's his story.
That's pretty cool.
And they're making it a series, or it's a series that's coming out October. So yay. So we've went on and on and on. This has been a theatrical Thursday since we've been talking about movies and shit, Netflixing and chilling, taxes and whatnot.
The theater.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add to Thursday's show?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Guys, we have enjoyed once again chit-chatting with you all on another unscripted podcast episode. We really do appreciate you all for making it to this point of the podcast. If you have listened to the podcast all the way through, please leave us a voicemail, 502-208-9321, and we shall send you nudes if you do.
We always do.
Yeah, we do. We send out a lot of nudes. We do send out nudes. And now know that they're not of us, though. Be warned that these nudes are not either one of us, but you shall receive nudes. Ask, and you shalleth receiveth the nudists.
It's going to be beautiful.
I think so. But that is it for Thursday's show. We will check you guys out on
Freaky Friday.
Thank you all again. We will talk to you all later.
Bye, guys.
Peace out, homies.